Well, hello. All right, today we're going to do a really fun project that gets me in the mood for spring. So you're going to start out with, you'll need a white piece of paper. I'm going to use the placemat. It's just so that my tables don't get super dirty. Let's see, Sharpie. You'll also need water and a brush, and I'm going to give you guys some really big brushes today. And then these little squares of tissue paper. It's like that really thin paper you use when you wrap presents. So first we'll start out and I'll set the timer. We'll do some drawing with a Sharpie on top of our placemat, and we'll probably draw for maybe 10 minutes or so before we start our project. So I'm just gonna draw, I'm got spring on my brain, so I think I'm just gonna draw some grass, and then I was thinking maybe just fill my page with flowers. So I think I'm just gonna use my Sharpie to draw some flowers. They don't have to be super realistic. They could be abstract if you would like them to be. Maybe I'll do a tulip. And I really want a sun. I want it to be bright and cheerful. Maybe this one will be the big, tall sunflowers, where they have more skinny kind of petals on them. So I'm going to draw those long, skinny petals. So I'm drawing flowers, but I'm drawing different kinds of flowers. And then I'll do one more. Let's see, and that one's just going to be circle kind of center. And maybe it'll just be a bigger flower. And it's okay if your art goes off the paper, but you could draw anything you want. If you want to draw airplanes and trains and animals, anything that you like. So make sure you put your name on this. Let me write my name on the bottom corner. And then when you hear the timer go off, that's when we're going to switch over and start the second part of our project. So we'll put our Sharpies away. Make sure those caps are on tight. Then you're going to just need plain water and a brush. And this part is kind of magical. You're going to paint your paper just with water. So this is something we haven't done, where we just paint with water. So you want to get your paper wet. I'm just going to do part of my paper at a time. Okay, so I'm just going to do the top part, and I would suggest do the same thing. Just do one part at a time. Then you're going to take the tissue paper, and I want you to just kind of lay it on top of the wet part of your paper. So I'm going to lay all different colors. Let's see, maybe some red and pink. That's really pretty. You're just kind of laying it on there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to have a lot of color, maybe a good variety of color. Here's a light pink, some green. Yeah, I need some blue. Let's see, I'll put blue down here and over here. Okay, now you're going to take your brush with water again, and you're going to paint over your pieces of paper. So I get a lot of water on that brush, and then I kind of drip it onto the paper, and it makes the tissue paper stick to my art. Okay, but you're not gluing it, so it will come off, and we're going to take it off later. You'll see. So paint it on there, and you're going to start to see the tissue paper. It's called bleeding when the colors start to come off of the paper. So you're going to see these really beautiful colors go onto your painting. If some of them fall off, just pick them up and put it on, just like I just did right there. And now I still have some spots that are white. So let me go back and add some more. Let's see, I want more blue. And let's see, a little pink over here. And I'm gonna keep going until my paper is covered. So I did this section, but I didn't paint over those new ones I laid down. So you gotta kind of try to remember which ones are wet and which ones are dry. You want them all to get wet. That way the color will start to go onto your paper. Okay, so I'm painting it, making sure it's really, really wet. There we go, but I'm not really rubbing hard with my brush. I don't want to tear a hole in it. Okay, now go ahead and finish this whole paper, and then we are going to bring this whole thing to the drying rack. So you'll put this whole piece of paper onto the drying rack today, and then it will dry, and these pieces of paper are going to fall off, and you're going to be left with this beautiful colored piece of paper that kind of looks like a stained glass window. All right, so we're going to experiment with color and have a lot of fun making some cheerful art today. I can't wait to see what you guys all make.